Hi, Scott Bruder here. I wanted to kind of take a second, use this as a public service announcement for digital clocks. Now, this clock here, like the year right now is 2022. I know I've had this clock for over 20 years. And, it served me very well. It's got some, damage on the screen and things like that. But it keeps ticking and it barely loses any time. I'm assuming that I lose less than a minute every year or two on this. So it's super accurate. I haven't adjusted the time in a while, and my watch is synchronized to my phone and it's showing the same time. So there you go. You can see that, it's out by less than half a minute. Now with a super efficient clock like this, there's one thing that you always forget, and that's to check the batteries because they can still break down and corrode. So this one here, has been bounced around a bit. I have a piece of electrical tape on there that, has held the battery compartment door on because I've dropped it before. 20 years is a long time to have a clock, but the alarm still works. So I'm just going to slide this open. Yeah, and you can see that, nothing crazy is happening yet, but there is some corrosion starting on those contacts right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin that battery and find out when the best before date is. It says right there, best before 2019. So if I had to guess, this Panasonic battery, and let's see if I've got a Panasonic battery to compare. This Panasonic battery, which is the new design they've been releasing for a while, this one has a best before date of 2027. So that's still 5 years from now. So if this 2019 battery is indicated there, then I'm assuming that that came from 2014 or even 2013. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these batteries out of there, check the ends on them, and I'm going to touch the terminals with some white vinegar, which should help stop some of the corrosion that's starting there, because otherwise it's just going to eat right through it. So let's take a look here. Okay. So take the first one out. Oh, you can see it. This one is leaky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a half decent surface to put this on. Normally I keep like a glass bowl, just to kind of correct that, keep things safe. You can see that the end of the battery is, quite corroded. Let's see if we can see that liquid a bit better on there. Yeah. So that's battery acid that's leaking out. Let's just put it on this. And we're going to take the other one. And that one's kind of leaky too. Let's just step up my safety game a little bit. Granted, this isn't going to destroy my hand, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. So this one here is, also got some acid on it. Ooh, it's very liquidy. So I'll just sit that there. Okay, and then to clean this up, I'm just going to take a Q-tip. And I don't know how well this will come on the camera, but we'll try. A little bit of just white vinegar. Makes life pretty easy. Okay, I've got a little plastic container that something came in that I can use to hold some of that white vinegar, because I don't want to taint the white vinegar by using it right out of the container. That's more than enough. Just gotta soak the end of the swab in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep this tilted kind of evenly so that if any of the extra vinegar drips out, it's going to come away from the main board and kind of out the back. Be a little rough with that spring, right? Great thing about springs is, you know, if you don't completely destroy them, you know, they should rebound just well. Just take a look down in there. And then what I'm going to do is use the other side of the cotton swab. Just kind of buff out anything that's happening. Pick up any of that extra vinegar that may be sitting on the terminals or in the cavity, because, you know, that vinegar will eventually cause some damage itself if you leave it on there. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. What I'm going to do next is just put a little bit of contact cleaner on those terminals, just to kind of restore any I'm just going to use this super contact cleaner. You know what I'm going to do on this one is I'm literally just going to apply it to the Q-tip. And I don't really mind if this gets on the board. It should still work just fine. Shouldn't cause any shorts. Now once I'm done with this, with any luck, right, since those batteries probably went in there in 2014, it was 8 years ago, I am going to tell myself that I need to look at this in 2030 and replace the batteries again at that time. Okay, well, I'll just take a couple. We've got here 2027, this one here. What's this, 2028? So I might have a 2028 battery here too. January 2028, January 2028. Perfect. And you know what? Just because I'm a big fan of making sure that I'm not using depleted batteries. Now, always make sure that you don't mix and match your batteries, right? Keep the super heavy duties with the super heavy duties and the alkalines with the alkalines and things like that. That's a no-brainer. So I'm just going to say that again just to kind of reinforce that. So we're going to go right here. 1.44 volts. That's practically brand new. And of course they got to roll around on me. Why do they make batteries round? 1.47. I don't know. There's a bit of a... There, that's a January 2027 battery. Here's one for 2030. So I've probably had some of these batteries a while. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep with the age of these. These ones both seem relatively hardy. So toss them back in here. A little spin. And return my battery door back on there. And you know what? That old piece of electrical tape, it did well. So I might as well keep using the same piece of electrical tape. Piece of electrical tape. Back across that. Flip it over. Oh no. Date and time's wrong. So let's quickly set it. Okay. Date. January, February, March, April, May, June. And it's June 19th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh no, I missed it. Go back around to the 19th. And year. It shows you how old this is when the original year on it's 1996. 2022, a Sunday, so we know that works. 22 degrees in here, not bad. The alarm, I'm not going to do anything with. The time is 7:28 p.m. So we're going to go till this says p.m. 5, 6, 7. 28, 7:28. Perfect. And normal. I'm going to test some other buttons. Look at that. We can switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Alarm I don't need. The backlight works. You know what? Let's just turn off the house lights here and see. Oh yeah, works perfectly. So this should be good for another, 8 to 10 years. In case any of you have questions about this clock, this is a Casio PQ-15. I think this is a great clock. I don't know if they make them the same way anymore, but I'm pretty sure they still sell them at Walmart. I think this is a great travel clock, and it's going to go back on my changing table, and I'm going to use it for many, many years to come, and hopefully not have to worry about corroded batteries. Now, these batteries here, I'm going to take away and put in a bin that I take to my local electronics store with all of my old wasted batteries, and I dispose of them there, and they do whatever's needed for proper, environmentally safe solutions. If you have any comments or questions, please comment below. Follow me on YouTube here, Facebook, Twitter, all those other fun things. You can find me at scottb.ca. And I wish everybody a happy June 2022. Thank you.